Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and welcome back to my F1 2020 Manager Career Mode here with McLaren. I know it's been some time since the last episode, obviously the end of the festive period. It was quite a busy one for me. I actually felt a little bit ill, and then of course at the very start of this year, I did mention to you guys in a community post on the channel that I would be taking a bit of a breather and a backseat and recharging the batteries this general month of January here, so that's why it's been a while since we've seen a few, any uploads basically on the channel, but we're back now with episode number 14 today for the McLaren Manager Career Mode. It's been a fair few days since the last episode of this one, basically. So, last time out, I believe we did the Japanese Grand Prix. I need to basically re-jog my memory, basically. We did the Japanese Grand Prix. We're sitting third place in the championship, basically just trying to round out this position in the championship. We've got Carlos Sainz in third place. Amazing for him, ahead of Valtteri Bottas, Leclerc, and Verstappen. Norris in P7 there, obviously has not had the most consistent time compared to Carlos Sainz, but that's a somewhat successful season. You know, we've had to obviously bring Norris back from the brink of maybe wanting to leave McLaren, and now he's all happy at the team, and so we're just trying to do the best job we can. And USA should, in theory, be a very good one for us, because our engine is one of the best engines on the grid. And the top-end speed is obviously crucial for the USA Grand Prix. So kind of looking for this one. This could be one where we could go for the win, potentially. Last time out of Japan, we even went for the win with Carlos Sainz and narrowly missed out on that, potentially. With, you know, it was quite a tricky one to manage, really, with changing conditions and whatnot. So that was always going to be a kind of, you know, maybe if or but one. But, you know, we did our best there. But I think at USA, even if it does rain, which it says it should do in the race, that's apparently also heavy monsoon rain. So we'll see about that. And dry in practice and quality, but you know, high and dry. I think we should have a good chance at USA, basically. But in terms of pit crew, then, we're not going to hire any new ones, because I don't believe any of these guys are going to better than the ones we have, really. So it's really going to be about swapping out any high percentages in terms of mistakes, and then we'll be all fine. I also want to check if anyone's close to being done with their contracts there, because to make sure we can re-sign them. But I think these guys are all good. So we've got 7 races. I'll renew them. You know, I may as well renew everyone, basically, just to kind of go along. This guy definitely, I think we definitely lost someone, because this guy was definitely not in. So we definitely lost at least 1 or 2 people there, because now we've got 2 empty slots, which we did not have before. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but that's why we're doing renewal right now, just to double check that everyone is all good. They're all going to stay. Oh, I'll click cancel there. Renew 1 race. That's great. That guy's only on 1 race. So definitely renew him. Level 17, 5 races. Yep. Level 16, 1 race. Definitely let's renew him. Front jack man, useful. Rear jack, useful. Actually, 0.4. He's not useful anywhere else, though, unfortunately. But we may as well use him, actually, because that's still 1 point better. So that's a 2.08 pit stop there. So that's a very, very quick pit stop. So that reminds me. So next episode, then, we'll have to try and look into some new pit crew, then, as we've lost 2 there. But let's go through interview coming off the back of that one. Leclerc was hit by Lando Norris during the race. I'm going to say it was a racing incident. Both were at fault. That's going to be morale of Leclerc going down for me, but I don't really mind that much. I'm not really looking at signing either of those 2, so we move forward then. Of course, not doing anything on the car either, because we're saving money now for next year. We only saved 6.9 million, so we need to save a bit more for next year's car to hopefully have a decent amount. But here we go now. We've got slot 1 and slot 3, 2 big sponsors to look at, and we've got a sponsor 5 appeal. So, in theory, should have some good sponsors to work with. So let's look at slot 3 first of all. We've got PlayStation, Jack Daniels, and Dr. Pepper. So we've got 18 races, 22-18. We've got fixed payments of nearly 1 million there. That's an upfront payment of 14 million. So let's have a look here quickly and divide this up. 4 million divided by what we... Oh, without having actually put... I need to put an extra 0 there on my calculator on my phone, if you're wondering what I'm doing there. 1, 2... Right, there we go. So divide that by 18. So we've got 800k. So Jack Daniels is 1.4 with a bonus at USA, which is mega. For second or above, though. That's quite a lofty target, and I just don't think we can get... it second or above every single time, basically. So I think the more logical one to go with would be would be the Dr. Pepper one, because that will get us a guaranteed 976k per race. So I think we'll go with that, except that will be on the end plates. That actually looks pretty damn decent. And slot 1, let's have a look here. We've got Monster Energy, Jägermeister, and I think that's light beer. So clearly the game knows I'm an absolute session and kind of, you know, a prior to some good drinks. So that's why it's brought these ones. We've got 26 races in the middle for Jägermeister and 33 for either of those. Fixed payments of 2 million for Monster. So let's look how much Jägermeister gives us of 56 million. Because if I can divide that up and see, so that's 26, that's 2.1 million. So Jägermeister technically gives us the best 2.1, and we get an upfront payment of 56, which is tasty, because that means next year we could spend all that money on next year's car. But at the same time, I think we used to have fixed payments on slot 1. And if we don't get fixed payments now, are we lowering ourselves too less in terms of the amount of money we get? I'm not too sure. Because right now we get 2.5 million apparently. If we're still going to get 2.5 million per race, no matter what I choose here, then I might want to go for Jägermeister for a big upfront payment. But 2 million per race would be also quite useful. I'm pretty sure that is going to be, I'm pretty sure that is 2.5 we're already now going to bring in. Plus also the usual Gas Monkey, upfront payment for the bonus pool race. And that will change in one race's time. So we can get a better deal for that. So, in conclusion, I'm going to take the 56 million up front. That's going to be massive for our car next year. Like, that means we can actually build a top tier car potentially in terms of the base stats and everything for next year. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this. We're not going to spend any of this money right now. So 62 million in the bank. We're not going to spend any of that. Also, looks pretty sweet actually on the side of our Papaya Orange McLaren car. And then these two sponsors will renew next episode, and so we'll change those out and hopefully get better fixed payments for this slot 4 and slot 6, and maybe one of them will be a bonus pool payment there. So I think that's the best way to go about it, because we're still going to get 2.5 million in from our other sponsors, and now we've got a serious budget for next year's car on top of the prize money we're going to get for 3rd place versus 4th place. We've got a political vote in terms of what's this for? There's going to be bonus points for pole position. I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, not against it. I'm not majorly for it as well, because I don't believe we don't get many poles really in this game, to be fair. So I'm going to abstain for that, because I'm going to get 2 more voting power. I'll get 1 more on top of the 2 I've already got. That might be useful for a future vote. And also I'm not too fast. This is 4 versus 1, so curious to see how this might pan out for everyone else. But let's skip to the end then and see how this goes. So we've got 4-2, and it looks like it'll be 6-3 in the end. So approved. So the man on pole position will get a bonus point for next season, which isn't too bad actually. That definitely will make things spicier in terms of at the top. You're gonna have to really go for everything really. Now qualifying means just maybe as little as much as the fast lap of the Grand Prix, basically, if you know what I mean. So we'll move forward then. So in terms of our car, obviously nothing to do, so we'll just travel straight to Phoenix then and get into this. Right, so we go forward then to USA. We've got a 10% chance of rain on the race report, although the race says monsoon conditions. So we'll see about that one. 10%, but then monsoon, so I don't know about that. In terms of tyre wear, I'm not too sure how many we should take in of everything, really. I'm thinking a decent amount of medium tyres, at least 5 there. 7 supers for sure. And then softs, just 3. I mean, I don't imagine we'll need more soft tires. I think, again, as usual, be kind of soft tire, the softest compound, the hardest compound, a kind of affair during the race. In terms of the fit parts, then we're going to stay with what we had, giving it Sainz the better engine. I think it just makes the most sense here. Here's another good chance maybe to go up against the kind of top guys this episode. But apart from that, everything else is all the same, really. So we'll go forward then into practice and see how we do. Alright, 15 minutes to go in the practice session. So far, setup-wise, a little bit fiddly here with both Sainz and Norris. So the pace is also not looking too amazing. I mean, he's P8, 1.1 off the pace on hard. Leclerc set time on super soft tires, so you can't really read too much into that. But in terms of the knowledge we're going to get, I think we'll get level 3, but I don't know about level 3 on super soft tires. We'll have to see about that, as they're going to finish their stint now. And that bar is not going up too quickly. There we go. Now bring them in. So they'll get done level 3 here. They're going to do a whole lap here. Then get around to the pit lane. See what their setup is like as well. And then they'll be able to go out on the super soft tyres. But let's have a look here then with Sainz. See, he's got one excellent. But we're really not anywhere near where we need to be. I don't really know which way to go. It's so confusing here because it's so counterintuitive sometimes in terms of it looks like they want to go towards acceleration. But it's half an oval circuit, so you'd want to also think they want to go towards top end speed, but I don't know. It just seems to be going the poor way, so we need to go the other way around. And then handling, that's just absolute minefield of where they want to go. Somewhere in the middle, really, basically where I've been with these two setups. Right, now we've got 3 excellence with Sainz, so that's all good. So the perseverance has worked out for us there, 98%. We're going to get level 2 on the super softs and the quali trim. We won't get level 3, unfortunately, but level 2 is the best we can bet for. At least we've got level 3 for the race trim. In terms of Norris, we had a better setup actually before, 94% there, so we'll stick with what we had with him or send him out. And again, no point doing a long stint. We'll just get that level 2 done, and then 1 minute to go. There you go, and we'll get level 2. There we go. So that's all the knowledge we've got. So that's decent enough, I guess, though. Level 2 supers, medium 3. Probably going to use the mediums quite a bit because it's high tire wear circuit, and then qualifying trim 2 and then race trim 3. The only thing that will change that is maybe that 10% monsoon rain that comes in or doesn't. I mean, 10% is quite a small chance. So basically, if it does come in, though, it will definitely wreck the race a little bit there with monsoon rain. If it doesn't, then it will just be a plain sail sort of dry race that we're going to try and do the best job at. Right, we'll start off qualifying then, Q1, and this shouldn't be much of an issue for us. So I'm going to send them out on the set of softs, or do we bother? I mean, we've got enough supers, right? Because if we do 1 set now, 1 set in Q2, then 2 sets, yeah, we have enough. We have enough rubber actually, so don't need to even bother doing the soft tires and kind of risking anything there. So we'll just send them out on supers, give us a chance to see what the pace really is like straight off the bat. Then with the cars, instead of waiting until Q2 to send them out for the first time on super soft tires. So we'll see. Hopefully the car's going to go well. The engine obviously is going to be important, but there were two other factors. I think it was suspension. I think braking, potentially, that was crucial as well. So those two might be a little bit of a hindrance for us. But hopefully the engine is just that good that it will allow us to be right up there. I mean, you can see there, 900ths off Hamilton. So at the moment, looking good. But then, ooh, what the hell? Then Vettel comes in out of nowhere. The Ferrari is looking mighty quick there. 8 tenths ahead of everyone. Oh, 8 tenths ahead of myself, 8 tenths ahead of Bottas, 7 tenths of Hamilton, and the Red Bulls are right up there, actually. So, interesting. Okay, I don't know if that's just a Q1 thing. Let's see how that progresses from Q2 and Q3. But if that is the case, then maybe we're on the back foot a bit more. I don't know what on earth Ferrari and Red Bull have done. Maybe they brought some upgrades in the last 2-3 episodes that we really haven't noticed, especially Ferrari there, which are looking very, very good. So, let's wait and see. We come through Q2 now. This is the important one to get through on this set of compounded tyre. This is the one we'll start the race on, but hopefully maybe picking up a bit more pace here in this session. Obviously the track was green. We went out straight away. We're going out straight away again. So we're not optimising, you know, the lap time here. So I'm not too totally worried, but I'm just a little bit concerned that we were quite some way away, and that was a bit of a shock how good Ferrari and Red Bull looked in that session. So let's see how this goes then. We're on board with Lando. Let's move to Sainz here because he's the first man on track across the line. 126 dead, and Norris sets a 1.2 lap time slower than Sainz there, which is very worrying indeed. So I don't know, will he have to go again? I kind of hope not, but let's see, because that's quite some way off the pace there, as he's down to P10, P11 now. That's a little bit on edge, you know. I might want to send him out again just in case. And we got the tyres for it. No, I mean, we technically kind of do, because we're going to send them out twice, and we're not going to use 2 sets of supers in the race, I don't think. So we'll send them out again, just to be sure. But Sainz there, a much better lap time. That's 2 tenths off Vettel. 2 tenths off Hamilton as well. Better than Verstappen, Bottas, Leclerc. So that's a much better lap time then from Carlos Sainz and performance in general. Let's see though with Norris if that was a blip or not with that performance here. He's now out. Track grip is super low still for some reason. So, I don't know. Like we had earlier on the season, I guess, at China. Very weird situation here at Phoenix where the track grip is not really going that far up the order for some reason. Let's see how Norris does then on this second run then. Hopefully green, we're going to see. But maybe not. It's an in-lap because... wait, hang on. Did he not even cross the line in time? I guess he did not. Okay, but he's P8 anyway, so that's all fine and dandy. Oh, no, okay, I must have missed it. I must have missed it. He did set a better time, but it's only 9/10 better, so it wasn't really much improved. That's why I didn't realise it. Okay, fair enough. Right, it's Q3 time, and now it's time to see really where we're going to be against the likes of the top boys here. Hoping Carlos Sainz can do a great job here. Track grip is going to go up again, but I'm not sure how up it will go like last time, because last time it then lowered quite a lot. So let's just see that. See, as we go through this session, it's getting lower and lower, which is really odd. So basically, I need to send them out straight again. There's no point waiting to the very end, because it just keeps going lower and lower and lower as cars are on it, basically, which is very, very odd. So let's see. Sainz set to 126.3. It's going to be 5/10 faster than Norris, so there's a bit of a less of a gap then between those two. But as soon as they come in, I'm going to send them out again, because track grip's just lowering as we go on through. So I may as well just send them out again straight away and try and get track as high as we can. Norris again, send out, let's go. Right. Let's see. At the moment, Sainz is in P4. I would take that. I would very much take that, actually. That wouldn't be too bad ahead of both Red Bull cars. But Norris needs some sort of improvement here. Let's see, though. Both of them out on their laps then. Let's see. Is it going to be a white first sector for Sainz? It's purple, though, for Norris there. So Norris doing some great work in that first sector. Okay, go on, son. Surprised. Okay, second sector white for Sainz. Norris is green second sector. So let's see. This definitely will be an improvement of sorts for Lando Norris as he comes through across the line, and it is an improvement about 2/10 there that gets him up into P6. That's decent enough, I would say, actually. That's pretty damn decent. Only 1/10 off then, Carlos Sainz. That's a good job there, actually, by him. So P4 and P6, it looks like there. We've got Leclerc out on another lap. I think the same for Albon and Verstappen. So let's see how that progresses through. But hopefully we can remain in P4 and 6 with Bottas set to purple. Verstappen also with another purple, so let's see as they come through then. Checkered flag falls, Verstappen goes and gets the pole position time, and Bottas also goes faster, so in the end it's only P6 and P8 then for us. That's a little bit disappointing. Here's hoping the race pace a bit better, but surprising last laps there for Verstappen and Bottas to take them 1 and 3 there. So in terms of the forecast then for the race, it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain. If it was 10% chance of a monsoon condition, I feel like the monsoon would probably take up a lot of the GP. So I don't think there's going to be rain to come. Even if there is at the very end of the race, it'll be fine for us to be on the dry tyres for a lot longer. And so in that case, I'm going to take in the medium tyre knowledge. In terms of these tyres going long, they'll only go 4 to 6. That's not very long at all. So go straight onto the mediums quite early on and try and stretch those basically. But I think we'll go very aggressive at the start here. Just really try and wear out these tyres, use them to good use, and get straight into the medium tyres, basically. Obviously, these two have been pretty good at pushing at the very start of the race, so hopefully they can try and gain some positions here at the start, and then we'll just try and do the best job we can. I don't really know what the situation is going to be versus the rest of them in terms of how they're going to have their tyres. We'll just make the most of our situation here on the medium tyres and the race trim. So here we go then to 5 red lights to the USA Grand Prix from P6 and 8 on the grid. 5 red lights are out, and we're underway to good start there for Carlos Sainz. Jumps up into P5. Hamilton and Vettel now side by side as that. We've got Verstappen who went off there into turn 1 and went wide, and he's way down the order now into P19. That is. That's Albon in the other Red Bull is in P5. So the man on pole position is down into last place of the Grand Prix. Actually, look at that on the bottom left there. Madness. So Sainz P4, Norris P5. Sainz now getting up into P3 maybe as he jostles position with Valtteri Bottas round the outside. Maybe keep it going, mate. Come on. Yes, up into P3. No, back down to P4. So kind of yo-yoing about and now battling Norris a little bit here for P4. Hopefully these guys can just keep it in here and just keep on going like this and just keep on fighting as they both make a mistake though at the hairpin and lock up there. They maintain the P4 and P5, but their tyre wear is really quite poor already. Like a lap 3 you have to come in already, I would say. Yeah, let's come in already. Right, 16 laps. There you go. We pit on lap 3. So just about maybe a one stop is going to be possible. Maybe. Just about. So let's go for a fast pit stop there for Carlos Sainz. I think with Lando Norris, I think I'm going to have to double stack him, surely. He's going to lose too much time going out here. than if I double stack him now. So the double stack will have to be on. Let's just calm this down and go to low, low, go low, low. Oh, it's Norris now. Tries to overtake Sainz there. Didn't quite work out, but they both come in now. Double stacking there. Have we got any others coming in with us? Don't think so. Right, we're in. Double stack. That's going to be a bit painful for Lando Norris there, but it'll be less painful than if he stayed out for one entire lap, because the tyre wear would have been absolutely horrendous. So let's go medium and neutral now for both drivers, and now we just try and stretch this stint as much as we can, really. That's the motive, I think, of trying to make this one-stop work now to the end of the Grand Prix. Probably won't, and at some point I'll probably just move on to a kind of a two-stop kind of a prong for the rest of this race, but for now I'll just try and see how we can do. As obviously we're catching up cars that are slower than us. Sainz up into P17 then, overtaking Vernon Latifi. And we're closing up to Felipe Massa now as well. The entire time, not pushing the tyres too much. Don't need to, don't want to. And now we close up to Albon on a set of super soft tyres, which is a bit awkward there. So we've done all that overtaking just to close back up to someone who's just made a pit stop onto a fresh set of supers, which is a little bit annoying. But there you go. Although, saying that, there's karma for us. Albon crashes straight away. Virtual safety car's out, so I'll use that to lower the fuel and also actually just look after the tyres as well. Unfortunately, that might mean some of these guys pit under the virtual safety car. Let's see. Gasly's pit. Bottas just pit. He just came out of the pit lane, but these guys will not get the benefit of the virtual safety car because it's going to be too late for them, I think, as we go on through 29 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be too late for them. Right. Let's go high. Pushing and high and try and push on a little bit in this for the next lap or two as we're up into P14. Can we close up and get P13 please, as Norris is closing up a little bit faster than Sainz really is as we go through. Alright, let's go to medium fuel, carry on pushing though because the tyre temps are not too bad right now. Up into P12 and P13 maybe with Lando Norris. Come on Norris, let's get to that Mana car. Yeah, but there we go, P13 gain, so that's good. Carry on pushing. Now the tyre temps are going a little bit hot, so let's go down to neutral and carry that on. Right, so where are we in the grand scheme of things then? Vettel is a whopping 38 seconds ahead of us here, and he's made that pit stop already. So, yeah, the top cars have a lot of pace against us. That's all I'm going to say. But we should, in theory, jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars? 8 maybe? 8 maybe cars, so we still are in the kind of top 4-5 fight maybe. Just going to hope that all these cars are going to be slow eventually, and we'll be making a pit stop also as well. Here we go, P8 now, P9. Some other people made the pit stops. Gasly will come in soon as well. Surely same with Stroll, Bottas. That's 3 more positions, so we'll be up into P5. And then Raikkonen is the only question mark. Raikkonen's been very good this season so far, being up here on alternate strategies, so we'll see about that. But at least we'll at least minimum be about P5, I would say. That should be where we should end up once these guys make their pit stops. Right, I'm going to go overtake mode now on lap number 18 for both drivers, and we're going to double stack them again on the same pit stop, I think. As Sainz now is trying to attack Bottas, who's just pit onto a set of super soft tyres, which I don't actually get, but there you go. But he's overtaken him. Giovinazzi crashed. I'll beg there's a safety car. That'd be perfect for us right now, but alas, there's not going to be. But we're going to pit in and go into another set of medium tyres, and that should take us to the end now. Easily. We've done a really great... That's actually been a really good second stint there. Didn't really push the car too much at all. And Magnus has now crashed as well. So crash galore here. Coming with Norris as well. And double stack him. I'll go on backup mode just to try and slow him down a little bit here so he doesn't double stack too long with Sainz. But here we go now. Sainz is in. Let's have a look at him and let's pray his pit stop's fast enough that we can just get this in straight away. Come on, pit stop done, and that's pretty good actually. That's a pretty good double stack there. Didn't have to wait too long, and so Sainz is out. Let's go for pushing and medium and pushing for now, and let's see how that goes. Right, we're out in P7, and what the hell? Oh, okay, I thought for a second, why is Vettel coming onto Inters? It's because there is a monsoon to come, but it's going to be in 3 laps time, and it'll suddenly be all full wet. So I don't think there's a need to go into Inters. I think you go straight into full wet, I would say. So I think they'll make a mistake there. In that case, let's push flat out here on these medium tyres and just really wreck them because there's no point trying to conserve them right now. And Raikkonen, he's on Inters right now, and we've overtaken him because he's on the wrong tyre right now, as is Vettel and Hamilton. There will be for the next few laps, so we just can carry on pushing like this. We'll save some fuel, though. Now the rain comes down. And so I would say continue on for one more lap here. Keep on going, keep on going. No, keep on going, mate, keep on going. Right, now onto this next lap. Let's move on to... Oh, safety car's out. Safety car... Did it just say safety? Yes, yes. Oh, perfect. Right, full wet tyres. Full wets. There's no point coming for Inters. Full wet tyres, Norris. Let's go. Come in. Right, safety car's out. It's leaving the garage. That's amazing for us. Because now we'll come in, we'll get a free pit stop here on P5. And we'll be on the full wet tyres, which will be the correct tyre. Because Vettel and Hamilton are still on Inters. So that's good. Right, make the pit stop. Good stuff. Come on, come on. Out in P5 still. Yep, out in P5 still. And Norris makes his pit stop. He's out in P8. So he's behind Raikkonen and Ocon. But we're now on the correct tyre. We're definitely on the correct tyre. Right, you can see the monsoon spray is out. It is fully monsoon conditions right now. And it will be for the next few laps here. So the guys on Inters have made a massive mistake here. So let's go flat attack now on the restart. We've saved a decent amount of fuel here. Carry on saving fuel right to the end of the session. The end of the lap. Come on, come on. Right, as soon as we go green, I'll go. There we go, there we go. Oh, and a massive lightning flash for good measure. We'll actually go overtake mode. They may as well go overtake mode. Really push it, and let's see how we go. Can we please overtake some cars here? Some drop through. Here we go. Sainz goes to remove P4, P3, P2. Come and get P1. No, he gets blocked off by Stroll and gets blocked off by Vettel. Now can he get Stroll? Stroll's on the wet tyres. That's the only issue for us, and also Bottas there. So we've got the runners that are on Inters by mistake, but the guys who are on full wets are right there with us. But can we try and get Bottas? Yes, we can. Up into P2. Surely we can catch Lance Stroll. He's in a Racing Point car. As Lando Norris has collided with Lance Stroll. Is that Lance Stroll? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, he is. He's collided with him. He's got to pit, change front wing. Yeah, fast pit stop. Go, 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 mate. At least you're not out of the Grand Prix, but you've made a collision now you've collided with Vettel as well. That was a massive crash with Norris. He's crashed with 2-3 cars there, so he's now in the pit lane. But that does mean that Sainz is away in P1, which is absolutely amazing for us. So keep on going, mate. Keep on going. But Lando Norris taking one for the team there. He's taking out Vettel, Stroll. He's now pits. He's out in P15. Absolute calamity there for him. So we're going to have to forget about him. To be fair, there's a lot of crashes in this Grand Prix. I didn't even know that Verstappen crashed out the Grand Prix as well. I didn't see that. But now, Carlos Sainz out in the lead by 1.6. Oh, no, he's span as well. Oh, he's span, but he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Jesus. Right, let's calm this down then. Let's try and conserve the tyres somewhat. Let's go overtake mode on the engine. Try and push the engine a bit. But let's conserve the tyres a little bit. Try and calm that down as the rain comes down. Right, I think it's going to be time for Inters pretty soon, I would say. Let's calm this down, though. Oh, another, what the hell? Another spin there. The same place. The same place. He span it again. What are you doing, mate? Okay, Inters. I think Inters. Let's go Inters. Pit, you're spinning so much, mate. What on earth is going on? He even went conserve, and you're still spinning in that part of the circuit. As Bottas is now going slow as well. We're in. Bottas is in with us. I think we're coming in for Inters, aren't we? And Norris should do the same here. Norris, Inters, fast, go. Right, track grip. Yeah, track grip's low. Right, in. Inters, change that. Come on. Good pit stop. Out ahead of Bottas. Good stuff. Right, we're in P8 now. Let's push. Let's go, 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 go. Right, we're P10. We're side by side with Bottas right now. We catch up to a massive train here. And that train are all on warnings. So we need to hopefully just try and pass them as there's a massive... What is going on here? There's a massive collision again. And we're up into P10 now. Can we get past the Racing Point car and that other car up into P8 now? I don't know what... I really don't know what's going on. I really don't. It's all just absolute chaos and mayhem here. As the track is drying out and everyone's just spinning to their heart's content. We're in P7 now. Hamilton somehow finessed his way back into first place. Leclerc is up into P5. I don't know what's going on here. But we're going to get through to the end of the Grand Prix on Inters, I would say, probably. And we need to try and catch up a little bit because we're a little bit further back than I want to. We should be where Bottas is, but he's gained massively there because he was not involved in that spin in Sector 3, unfortunately. Right, I've got a final lap of the Grand Prix. We just got past the Toro Rosso there for P5. on the last lap, but that will be the last overtake we make, unfortunately, as everyone else is a bit too far away. I mean, Leclerc's just there, but give it a few more laps, but this is the last lap of the GP, unfortunately. Lando Norris P13, so he's really not recovered from that massive collision he had earlier on the Grand Prix. So in the end, we come across the line. It's been a very hectic GP, and it's only P5. At one point, we were leading, and I thought we'd probably be good for the race win, but then Sainz span it, and span it some more. Everyone span, really. So it was a pretty hectic GP in the end. So in the end, I guess we kind of got to be happy with P5. Could have been actually a lot worse if we span out and crashed with Carlos Sainz as well. So nothing really changed in terms of the Drivers' Championship. It all stays put. Constructors also the same. So in the end, wasn't really too much of an issue of a race in terms of the pecking order. But obviously, missed opportunity there again. But I don't know what caused all the spinning, really. It was kind of weird. Even the AI was spinning a lot. So I don't know if that's maybe our car with a better carburetor span, or I don't know if that's a driver kind of issue in terms of how good they are as a driver, or in terms of pushing, because I stopped pushing Sainz, and even after I stopped pushing him, he span anyway, so that was quite frustrating really to see. But we move on then with 2.8 million in the bank, so confirmation there. We are going to get that 2 point, whatever million per race, even though we didn't take that extra money that we could have from slot 1 sponsorship. We took that 56 million up front there, so I still think that's a good, that's been a good idea and a good choice for us in terms of for next year's car, building a good base car, and then also still getting some decent money per race there. So guys, if you did enjoy this episode of the USA GP, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.